I'm Alicia from Write Solutions. Some of you have asked about my ELA warm-ups, so I wanted to go ahead and take you on a little tour of exactly how they work, what they look like, and what you can expect to get. So each Monday is a mixed up Monday. It has analogies. It's 2 slides long. The first slide is the prompt for the students, and the second slide is 2 parts. It's an answer, but it's also a bridge sentence. So I've found that over time, my students have gotten really good at analogies because they've figured out how to determine the relationship and how to relate it to another set of words. So you'll see the bridge sentence here on the second slide, and also in the recording sheet, you'll see that it encourages students to write a bridge sentence to kind of prove their thinking. Tuesdays are Typo Tuesdays. Something that I think is really valuable about these Typo Tuesdays is that students can anticipate the number of errors they're looking for. So it's not so wide open as to say, oh, maybe there are 5 things wrong, or maybe there's nothing wrong. Nope, there are definitely 3 things wrong. And I've made the 3 things wrong the common grammar crimes that happen every year. So hopefully you'll find solutions to problems that are also driving you crazy in the ELA warm-ups. This answer slide shows students what the 3 mistakes were. Writer Wednesday has become my favorite. So I use, well, first of all, there are a variety of different prompts. Sometimes Writer Wednesday is a picture like this one, which you'll see in just a moment. Sometimes it is a story map that's incomplete, which my students also really love. And sometimes it's a sentence or a phrase or some words that students have to somehow embed within their writing. I use Writer Wednesday now as a way to create a writer's notebook. I find it really hard in middle school to be faithful to writer's notebook, but I do love it. So what I do is every Wednesday at the beginning of class, I give the students their Writer Wednesday warm-up. And we use it to build stamina and to create volume. And this writer's notebook, even though it's only once a week, becomes what we use when we have a writing mini lesson. So my students are always dying to get back to it. So I find that my writing mini lessons are very successful because they're diving back into this pretty big collection of their writing as they've been doing it all year. And they're very willing and enthusiastic when it comes to revising and editing. I also let them go back to it anytime they want during the week. They're always begging for a little bit more time. So it's definitely become the highlight of the week, I think. So here's one example, but they're all very different. Thoughtful Thursday. This is when I really work with my kids on responding to prompts, creating constructed responses. It's always some kind of a quote. It could be from pop culture or literature, a historical figure, but they always have to both explain what the quote means and apply it to their daily life. And so the way I do this is I have kids, when they first come into class, this is projected. I have them jot down their own thoughts before they talk to anyone. Once everyone has stopped and jotted, I give them a chance to talk with a partner or a small group. So this way we have lots of ideas before we start doing the writing. The purpose of this assignment isn't to come up with the best idea or the fastest to come up with ideas. It's to really synthesize ideas and then communicate them well in writing. So I find that typically with a constructed response, I have a lot of students that are stumped. They don't know what to write. They say they don't have an idea. That never happens on Thoughtful Thursday because they hear lots of ideas from their friends. And after they've collected ideas, and I tell them, jot down the best ideas you hear because they know they're going to be writing. They do it every Thursday. The only real obstacle ahead is actually the writing. And so for the first, I would say, 6 weeks of school, I put some sentence starters up as well. So I think this means, I can apply this to my daily life, period, for example. And then that language becomes very, very comfortable for them, and they start using it in their writing all the time. So I really set them up for success, and our constructed responses have come so far in such a short time. Last but not least is Flashback Friday. So every Friday, we ask them to think back about their week. I have them jot down, you'll see on the recording sheets, there's a brainstorming section followed by lines. So they jot down all of their ideas first in the brainstorming section. we have a chance to share out whole group. Every week there's a light bulb moment. Someone mentions, oh, the experiment we did in science, and you hear a collective, oh yeah, and they scramble to write that down. So I think the share out is really valuable. And then after we've shared out, they have a chance to write, and they respond to one of these prompts. Some of them will come up with a prompt that better suits their particular idea, and that's fine. And it creates really a collection of their experiences over the school year. So they keep these in their binder. I collect them, grade a couple, pass them back every once in a while. But they keep them all year. And it's really nice at parent conferences to be able to look through, for kids to be able to do some goal setting and also take a peek at these. And I find it's nice to build community with the school as well, because if my students are writing about what they did in band or in art or in reading class, I'll snap a quick picture of it and send it off to that teacher. And it's really nice to get that as a teacher. So anyway, if you are using this product, you will have a variety of options for recording sheets. I'm always looking for an even more efficient way to do it. But right now I'm pretty happy with using front and back, Monday, Tuesday on the front, Thursday, Friday on the back. That seems to be working best for us. We use the Writer Wednesday we do digitally in a writer's notebook. Lots of people use paper notebooks. But if you have a better idea, shoot me an email or give me a note in the comments, because if I can create something that works for you, it might work for someone else too. So thanks so much. I hope this is valuable to you and your students. Bye-bye.